Alright, here we go. Just counting these up. I've got 2 x's multiplied together here, 1 more there, so a total of 3 multiplied together. 3 v's, 4 more, 7 v's multiplied together. 3 s's, 1 more, so a total of 4 s's multiplied together. 2 t's, 1 more, total of 3. Being multiplied together, I've got a u, 4 more, so a total of 5 u's being multiplied here. 6 v's, 1 more, so a total of 7. Next one, 2 g's, no g's there, so a total of 2. I've got an h, 3 more is 4, 7 more is 11. And then I've got an m and 3 more, so 4 v's, 4 m's. On this one, you got to watch out for your outside exponents. I'm going to take that and adjust it first. This is going to be 6 to the 4th, which is just some ungodly number. 36 squared. I'll have to go get a calculator. But I've got 6 to the 4th, a to the 8th because I've got 4 sets of 2, b to the 12th, I've got 4 sets of 3, and then c to the 4th. So then I multiply here. So I've got 12 times 6 to the 4th. You'll have to punch that in the calculator. And then I've got 1a. I've got 8 more, so that's 9. None from the last set, so a9. And then I've got b, 12 more, so that's 13. Then I've got a c, 4 right there is 5, through 2 more is 7. I don't know why I put my variables in the parentheses, but so I've got 12 times 6 to the 7th, 6 to the 4th, and I've got these variables here. -2 and our squared. So this one is going to square it up. I'll have 4, a4, b2, c6. This -2 is going to push all this down to the bottom because it's connected to all of it. So I'm going to get 144. It's going to be b squared, c squared, and again that negative pretty much just pushes this all to the bottom, and then we can treat it normally. So 4 goes into 144 36 times, so I'll get a 36 on the bottom. I look at my a's. I've got more a's on the top. How many? 4 more a's on the top, so a4. Look at my b's. They're even, so they're going to cancel out. My c's, I have more c's on the top. How many more? 4 more. Going on to the next one. Again, take care of these exponents on the outside first. I'm going to get c4, d6, e4. On the bottom, I'm going to get d4, e6. C's are first. They're only on the top. On the bottom, I've got d6 and d4. So I'm going to have d2, it's going to be on the top. I've got e4 over e6, so I'm going to have e2, it's going to be on the bottom. Next problem, again, dropping this 3, it's going to go underneath, so I'm going to get a3, b3, w6 on the bottom. On the top, I'm going to get -8, a6, b3, w3, and this doesn't go down because it's just a negative. It's not a negative exponent, it's just a negative number. So that -8 is going to stay on the top. There are no numbers to adjust my -8, so it stays. I've got 3 A's on the top, or 6 A's on the top, 3 A's on the bottom, so I've got more on the top. My B's are going to cancel, and my W's, I've got more on the bottom, so they'll stay down there. Next problem, I've got the -2 on the outside, so it's going to push everything down. That's negative, I apologize, this is going to be 16 T6, S6 rather, T4, U2, V2 on the bottom. On the top, nothing to change that, so that's just 2SV. My fraction will reduce. 2 over 16 will reduce to 1 over 8. My S's will go away. I'll have an S5 on the bottom. My T's, there's nothing to balance them, so T4 stays on the bottom. I've got V on top, V squared on the bottom. I apologize, that's a U. My U2 will stay because there are no U's on the top. And I've got V, V squared, so my V will stay on the bottom. There's nothing that's going to stay on the top, so I put a 1. It's all going to go away. Number 9, I've got 1 over 2. Over here I've got 8 to the 3rd power. This is going to be 64 times 8 times 2. 32, 48, 51 times 2, so 1,024. Alright, so I've got my 1/2 on the top. We'll deal with that later. CD to the third. I've got 512. That's 8 cubed. Well, gracious, that's not negative. Fantastic. So times by 512. C6, that's a negative right there. So D, -3, that's going to slide down to the bottom and then cancel out with this one. So I'm going to get 512 divided by 2 is 256. So I've got 256, 1C, 6 more, so C7. That's going to be my whole answer there. On number 10, I've got the squared over here, so I'll have 9 over 16 rather, a squared, b squared, c squared, and then the 1/2 b squared c just kind of carries on. So I'm going to add another 2 down low. This gives me 9 over 32, a squared, b4, c3. Just counting those up. My last one, real easy, just counting. I've got more a's on the bottom, so they'll stay. B's cancel. I've got more c's on the top. How many more? 2 more. And that'll be it. Next page. Negatives. Now this one you can use the same process. I'm going to use my same process. Which side has more c's? The top does. How many more? 5 more. Which side has more d's? The top does. How many more? 1 more. Which side has more f's? The bottom does. How many more? 2 more. Next problem. You can reduce first. You can reduce second. I'm going to reduce second. Multiply straight across. So I have w squared x3 y4 over w4 x3 y squared. Which side has more w's? The bottom does. How many more? 2 more. X's are going to cancel. There are 2 more y's on the top. Next one. Again, carry out what you got. So I've got 2abc -2 over 16a4b2c2. 2 over 16 reduces to 1 over 8. I've got more a's on the bottom, 3 more. I've got more b's on the bottom, 1 more. And I've got more c's on the bottom, 4 more, because this is negative. It's 4 more to get to +2 to -2. 1 on the top. If you've got a different way to go about it, that's fine, but your answer should match mine. Take this one, this -2 is going to push this entire unit to the top. So I've got, to carry out this first, 4e2g4h -6. And then I've got 9e2 e4 rather, g4h2. Alright, it's going to push it all to the top. So 4 times 9 is going to be 36. You'll notice I'm getting ready to put something on the bottom. This h has a -6. This 2 is only going to make it -4, but you will still have to push that -4 to the bottom here. Going to give an e to the 6 and going to give a g to the 8. Looks like that. Next problem. This one. This -2, I'll have 2ab -2 and then 9a squared b squared. The -2 +2 is going to cancel out, and I will get 18 a to the third. This +6 ab is just going to tag along. If it had the same variables with the same exponents, I could combine it, but it does not, so I will not. On to number 17. The 1/2 is kind of out there on its own. This -2 is going to push everything inside this parentheses to the bottom, and the squared up here is going to leave that to the top. So I've got 16 squared, or 16 rather, divided by 2 is 8 up on the top, and I'm going to get a squared, b squared, c squared. On the bottom, I'm going to get a 9, a4, b8, c2. Gracious. Alright, 8 over 9 will not reduce, so I'm going to leave that. I've got more a's on the bottom, 2 more. More b's on the bottom, 6 more. And then my c's will cancel out, leaving this to be my answer. Next one. I'm going to push straight. Oh, I don't want to push straight across. Come on. Alright. This one. Going to move this one to the top. This one also got that negative. Going to move it to the top. So I've got 2abc squared. I've got a 4 on the outside. And I've got, so that 4 is actually going to stay down low. I've got a -2 going to go in there, so it's going to give me an A4, B2, C2, and it's all on the top because of that negative exponent. It's going to push it up. So this actually ends right here. It's just going to pull that. I've got my 4 again on the outside. I've got B, C, -2. This -2 goes on the inside, and that gives me 9A squared, B squared, C squared. 4s are going to cancel, and here we go. 2 times 9 is going to give me 18. I've got 1A, 4 more is 5, 2 more is 7. My A's are now gone, taken care of. 1B, 2 more is 3, minus 2 is 1, plus 2 is back up to 3. Oh, that was with the C. Gracious. We're going to go back up to 5. So my B's don't have the -2, it's the C that's got the -2. C is 2, 2 minus 2 is back to 2, plus 2 is 4. So I have 2, 4, back to 2, back up to 4, C4. And this is going to be my answer. 2 more. All right, I'm going to fill out this one. This is just going to be x3, y3, z3. Notice this cube does not go to the 5/6, so we're going to leave it. I'm going to reduce right here. This is going to go to a 1. This is going to go to a 2. Just looking at my fractions, 1 times 5 is 5. 2 times 4 is 8. So I'm going to get a 5/8 out in front, and I just count my variables off. 1x, 3 more is x4. 2 y's, 3 more is y5. 1z, 3 more is z4. Last one. Last one. This negative is going to push my TS down to the bottom. So I'm going to get another TS down here. I'm going to push it straight across so I get QRS2 T-3 over, and all my stuff on the bottom, I've got 2 Q's here, 1 more there. So Q3. I've got, let's look at my X's. I've got 2 S's, and then I've got 3, 4, 5 T's on the bottom. So Q's first. Q's first. I've got 2 more Q's on the bottom, so they'll stay down there. R's, only R I have is up top. It'll stay. S's will cancel, and I have 8 more T's on the bottom. And that will clear it out. A little aggressive, but lots of fun. All done with our algebra.